Santhosh of class 10C. I wanted to shatter the reader. That's why I wrote Hangwoman, says K.R. Meera, one of the strongest women in contemporary Malayalam, referring to her book Arachar. Today, I am going to present a book review on this intense and breathtaking Hangwoman. Hangwoman, originally Arachar, is a contemporary classic written by K.R. Meera and translated phenomenally by J. Devika. To translate a book of this intensity and to do justice to it is a remarkable achievement. Except for a few unwieldy sentences in the beginning of the novel, the rest of it flows like molten iron. All credits to J. Devika. She truly has done justice to the responsibility that she was entitled with. K.R. Meera is an Indian author and journalist who writes in Malayalam. She wrote her first work of fiction in 2001 and her first short story collection, Ormeyude Nyerembu, was published in the year 2002. Arachar is widely regarded as one of her best literary contributions to Malayalam. She won the Kendra Sahitya Award, the Kerala Sahitya Award, the Odakural Award and the Vailar Award for this masterpiece. Hangwoman shows us nothing but the truest and rawest experiences from the life of Chetna Malik. Hangwoman is a feminist exposure of K.R. Meera. It takes us right to the depths of true Indian feminism, which is a lot more different than present-day feminism. To be honest, the book is not just about feminism, it's also about death punishment. Capital punishment, indeed, is a very debatable topic, and K.R. Meera has handled it with utmost care and precision. Kolkata is also portrayed as a very significant character all throughout the book. K.R. Meera even visited Kolkata herself in order to get to the depths of this massive city. A city of such historical importance as Kolkata means that it has thousands of stories to tell. And K.R. Meera says that she drew a prominent amount of inspiration from the city, its people, and of course, its rich cultural heritage. The book Hangwoman starts by telling us the story about a 22-year-old Chetna Malik of the Gradda Malik family whose life is a lot more different than any of ours unless you've had the rare opportunity of actually hanging someone. Chetna's father, Pavithra Gradda Malik. Sounds strong, doesn't it? It should, because he is the veteran of 451 hangings. He is an 88-year-old man with a desperate need of an assistant. Pavithra Gradda Malik has an exceptionally flawless track record and never gets tired of talking about it. Chetna's brother is a living martyr whose limbs were hacked off by one of Funny's victims seeking for vendetta. Chetna, like any one of us, are expected to live by the guidelines set by her parents, though her family per se is not very typical. All the characters and plots in the book are flawless and are beautifully woven together. Though my personal favorite character is the one of Takuma. She has an intensity that one might expect from a character that K.R. Meera herself has created. She's brutally honest, yet there is something about her that makes it hard for the reader to hate her. When the next rare opportunity of hanging comes along, Chetna's 88-year-old father is somehow considered too old to take up the job. As her brother cannot fulfill the responsibility, the mantle of hangman is thrust on Chetna's shoulders. Anyways, Chetna has hanging in her blood. After all, she made a noose out of the umbilical cord right from her mother's womb. She takes up the job and at once is hurled into a whirlpool of media frenzy. And that is when one of the most uninvited guests of Chetna's life comes along. A sly, selfish, dishonest, yet somehow pleasing Sanjeev Kumar Mitra. He promises to take Chetna's hand in marriage and her father readily agrees to it, not even considering to ask Chetna about her choice. And this is one of those instances that makes this book and Chetna's character so damn relatable. Later, we see Chetna juggling between her most obvious sexual feelings towards Sanjeev and her desire to be with a guy that actually respects her for once. Sanjeev Kumar Mitra is a highly prominent character all throughout the book, and he represents each of those men who consider women to be just objects to fulfill their desires and nothing more than that. Throughout the book, we see the beautiful transformation of Chetna from a forever scared amateur into a woman as strong as to hang a man with her own bare hands. The way that K.R. Meera takes us through the life of Chetna is exciting, as it cuts from the life of hers to the ones that are history themselves. Each chapter has a historical representation that connects with the situation that Chetna undergoes at the moment. And that just adds to the impeccable depth that the book already has. Towards the closing of this epic book, we see Chetna speaking out against each of those men who think that they are somehow entitled to control her. We see that she faces her inner conflict about Sanjeev Kumar Mitra and her father, all of those who represent the normal attitude of Indian men towards women. She chooses her dignity, self-respect and worth over any man. We see the strong woman that Chetna had become. She rises up, walks to the gallows, looks unfalteringly at the pale, weak Jatindranath Banerjee, who smiled for one last time before Chetna pulled the lever. And that was the end of not just him, but every man in the stadium who silently doubted if Chetna would be able to do it. And more importantly, her own self-doubt of not being strong enough. Hanged Woman stands out among most of today's novels as in this book, K.R. Meera has represented all the characters with their flares as well as their flaws. Personally, I love the book and can't think of even one good reason to not like it. The narration is eccentric and complex. Death looms in every page, leaving a dark trail throughout the novel. But even gruesome and depressing things like hanging or dead or details about the dead can be depressing at times, but it's dealt with elegantly. It shocks but doesn't disgust. The book can be wholesome at times, but even when you feel that you can't read one more word, you just can't set it aside. Borrowing a metaphor from the book, I felt like I was subjected to the hangman's noose myself. This is hands down one of the most pulsating books that I have ever read, and I'll definitely recommend it to you. Thank you all and happy reading.